What it do, peeps? It's the Beat Chef for watching the damn tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. New subscribers, I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope you get something out the content. Old subscribers, thank you for helping me build this platform and keep it pushing. Fever play an important game tomorrow against the Aces. I've watched quite a few Aces games this year. They play up and down, and that's because they don't really have a true point guard to run the offense. Chelsea Gray is more of a shoot first point guard. She's only averaging 3.9 assists a game. That's pretty low for a starting point guard. That being said, A'ja Wilson averages about 3.8, so she could almost be the leading assist person for this team, and she leads in every other major category: leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading shot blocker. Jackie Young as well averages close to 3.7, so they're almost neck and neck for the assist lead. Those are the big three. Jewell Loyd chips in when she can, when she's up and down. Like I've said before in previous videos, she's either on or she's off, and when she's off, she's way off. She's shooting around 36%, but this is the second most three taking and making team in the WNBA, behind the Phoenix Mercury. They shoot a lot of threes, almost 27 threes a game, and they're hitting them at a high clip as well. So that's their offense. Their offense is to pull in a double team with, because they're going to double A'ja Wilson. So you're going to see Howard covering A'ja Wilson, and then maybe Aaliyah Boston comes over and helps. But that leaves open those shooters, and you'll see in the game tomorrow, you'll see where Jackie Young likes to drift to a corner and Jewell Loyd likes to drift to a corner, and they just make you chase. Neither team has a bench. So for the Aces, you got to worry about Aaliyah Nye. She had 13 in the loss to Seattle. She's their big three-point shooter off their bench. Mitchell, Bell, role players, defensive stoppers. They give Jackie Young and Chelsea Grays a breather here and there. Their center, the Aces center, she's pretty much a 4 or 5 point a game scorer. She doesn't really score. Kia Stokes, she doesn't really score much. 2.6 points a game. Aaliyah Nye is it. Dana Evans is one of the first people off the bench. Bradford, they got Joyner Holmes. She hasn't really played much. Probably still learning the offense, but yeah, you got to contend with the big three: Gray, Young, A'ja Wilson, because they're going to double A'ja. That Howard. If Howard scores a bunch tomorrow, I'd be impressed. I'd be impressed because she's going to exert a lot of energy on that defensive side, trying to slow down A'ja Wilson. And I guarantee you, they looked at those paint points. They only had 28. They got beat up in the paint against Seattle. I know they're going to try to get the easy money this game. They're going to course correct, but make no mistakes, they are going to shoot threes. A'ja Wilson is leading 20.8, 10 rebounds. Her and Angel Reese are the only two averaging a double-double in the league. Chelsea Grace, the leading assist person. A'ja's leading in steals at 2 steals a game and 2.7 blocks. So she's elite, and she's going up against Caitlin Clark. Lexi Hull's going to have to really slow down Jackie Young. Jackie Young has been on a tear the last couple games with A'ja being out. and she's a physical guard. I mean, she's almost cut like a freaking bouncer. With her physique, about the same height as Lexi, but I mean solid. She's averaging 18.4, 3.8 assists. 3.6 assists and 3.8 rebounds and a steal, almost a steal and a half. Yeah, I mean, a great player. Great. Her last few games, she's had 22, 9, 15, 28, and 34. Now, they've lost 5 out of their last 6 games. So, they need a win bad. Right now, they're 5-7. They're reeling. Indiana's coming in at 6-6. Indiana could use this win. You got a tough game next after this against Seattle to end the road trip. Indiana's actually, on paper, statistically, a better defensive player than the Aces. Hard to believe, especially with the record they got, but they play better team defense than the Aces, one of the top 5 defensive teams in the league. Caitlin's going to have to play defense tomorrow. Slow down Jewel Lloyd or Jackie Young, because I doubt she's covering Chelsea Gray. She'll probably be either on Young or Jewel Lloyd. Gray's not, she hasn't played her best. I still think Gray is trying to recover from Unrivaled. Unrivaled was taxing on a lot of these players. They were out of shape. And even in Seattle, in the loss to Seattle, Chelsea looked tired in that game. Indiana has to just execute on offense and get defensive stops and rebound. The Aces don't rebound well. They got out-rebounded by Seattle by a decent margin. And the rebounds that they didn't get on offense really killed them against Seattle. So that's something that Indiana can do. Indiana, all they got to do is move the ball and make this team work, because this team is undermanned just like them. It's going to be a battle of attrition. Who is making shots in that fourth quarter when your legs are tired? So be looking out for that fourth quarter. That third quarter seems like it's always a transition quarter where they go back and forth, each team going at each other, and then in that fourth quarter, the fatigue sets in, and that's when you start getting the miscues on offense, turnovers, and easy transition buckets where people are gassed and they're not hustling back to get on defense. But I can see Indiana going into Vegas and getting a win from this team. Asia Wilson's still trying to get her legs up under her. They need Aaliyah Boston to come up big this game. 3 blocks, at least 3 blocks. She needs to get a double-double. She can't be in single digits. She can't disappear like she did against the Valkyries. You can't have a monster quarter from Aaliyah, a monster half from Aaliyah, and then she disappear the rest of the game. They need Aaliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell needs to at least have 17 to 20 points. The Super Friends have to show up, because Lexi Hull and or Natasha Howard, it's going to be hard for them to score with the amount of defense they're going to have to play. Which means, my last point, whoever's bench scores close to 17 points will win the game. You need 17, because most of these starters are going to play 34 minutes or more this game. Damaris Dantas is going to have a nice game. Sophie Cunningham's going to have a nice game for this team to pull out a win, because they don't really have a second unit that they can fully put a second unit out and go at a team. But That's what I see on paper. That's what I see from watching the tape on both these teams. But I think Indiana can pull out the win tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments below. Until next time. Peace.